ready for liftoff here in Westwood. Adriana Contreras, our center referee today. Ohio State in gray, standing over the ball. UCLA in the home whites. Not much wind, plenty of sunshine. Temperatures will push into the upper 70s today. Waiting to get the all clear on our fourth official down at the scorer's table. So a brief holdup here as Ohio State looks to bounce back from a 1-0 defeat at the hands of USC on Thursday night. UCLA, they're trying to come back from a scoreless draw against Penn State on Thursday. Molly Pritchard, the starting keeper for Ohio State, her second year as a full-time starter, and statistically having the best season of her career.
She really is. I mean, just after the game against USC, there were a few touch-and-go moments there for her, but I think that today we'll see her a lot stronger, a lot better, regrouped.
And here we go, underway from Wallace Annenberg Stadium. And Nikki Frazier with the touch there for UCLA before it's settled down by Ava Greco and Peyton McNamara in there for Ohio State. And America Frias wins it back to the UCLA back line and Lily Reel. Bruins with the best defense in the Big Ten, 12 shutouts this year. They have only conceded 6 goals all season in 17 matches.
A lot of that is to the effect of Jaden Perry, someone not talked about as often as, of course, her counterpart Lily Reel. But Jaden Perry got Big Ten Defensive Player of the Week last week, so she's getting a little bit of notice. She is a big part of this back line.
Third-year starter at center back for the Bruins, and yes, made a penalty kick a week ago at Illinois. It was the 5th made PK of her career and helped fuel UCLA to victory. Bruins are unbeaten in Big Ten play at 7-0-2, 23 points, 2 back of first place USC at the start of the day. And we do know that Iowa is leading Oregon. The Hawkeyes are in 3rd place, so providing some pressure for the LA schools to take care of business on home field today. Val Vargas spinning here as UCLA gets it into the attacking half and swung across the way, but short of the freshman Jordan Geis. And Ohio State will take possession. Buckeyes are having a great season. Ranked number 15 today, they have climbed as high as number 7 in the national rankings, coming back earlier this month. And well regarded in the RPI metric, number 17 this week. A chance to bolster that here on the road against the Bruins. UCLA generates a turnover. Robinson able to hold her ground there, keep possession, and now it's Dobert. Tamila Shaffey, and outside for Nikki Frazier. Pass offline right to McNamara, but she gives it right back to Frias. UCLA looking for a foul there as Quincy McMahon was looking to get it freed up, but will go for a goal kick for Ohio State. McMahon has been a big boost to this UCLA offense that hasn't scored goals at a rate that you've been accustomed to seeing from UCLA teams over the last couple of years. But McMahon, a fullback by trade, they've moved her to forward over the last couple of weeks. She's got 3 goals and an assist over the last 5 games. Sydney Jones, such a steadying presence for Ohio State. Feeds McNamara inside. So all 3 captains on this near side of the field with that fluorescent armband for the Buckeyes. Mia McSweeney over there at that left fullback position. She's familiar to these parts, an Oregon transfer and a NorCal native. She has started every match this year for the Buckeyes.
Something great I'm seeing already by Ohio State is communication. As you mentioned, the captains are a little bit closer to us on this side, but we can just hear them and see their motion, their movement, their facial expressions. They are definitely trying to hype up this team to hopefully get a goal early.
Those captains, Jones, McNamara, and Moran Gasick for Ohio State. Big-time leaders for a team that, for most of the season, has started 7 underclassmen in each match. It's a very young but talented team for the Buckeyes. Really excited about their future moving forward beyond this season, which still looks like they could really make some noise over the next month.
And I'm sure that will pan out incredibly well for the Buckeyes. I mean, UCLA is losing 11 key seniors.
Great passing here, and it's Dudukovic trying to get up to the ball right at the byline. Cannot hold it in, but a last touch there from Dobert will give Ohio State the corner kick. Great combination passing there between Dudukovic and Amanda Schluter. Dudukovic, of course, a prolific goal scorer, number 2 in the nation behind Kaya Harper of Minnesota. 15 tallies this year for the senior out of Westchester, Ohio. Now McNamara's in-swinging corner to the back post, clears everybody. And is tracked down by Ava Bramblett. And just tried to throw it towards goal, where Ryan Campbell is waiting. Campbell, terrific numbers. She has played every minute in goal for UCLA. Only the 6 goals allowed, but UCLA has kept her clean. She hasn't been asked to make more than 2 saves in a Big Ten Conference game this year. Turned over, picked up by Jones. Quick passing inside, and Ohio State's got some space. It's Gianola feeding outside, but it gets over the foot of Jaden Bonham. And possession back to UCLA, but a really quick strike counter there from the Buckeyes on a giveaway here on the near side touchline.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Between Dudukovic and Campbell goes to Campbell.
Now Dudukovic is ready. She's ahead of herself on this, and you can see she had a great look there, but just the angle of the ball went right to Campbell's hand. I mean, Campbell's an expert. She's a professional in this, so they're going to have to try a little bit harder than that in order to get one past her.
The 15 goals this year for Dudukovic. That's the second most in a single season in Ohio State history. She's got some work to do if she wants to catch Tiffany Cameron, who scored 21 back in 2012. But a stellar season so far for Kaylin Dudukovic. So one early save required by Ryan Campbell. If you're able to force her to make 2 or 3 saves, that's usually pretty good. Now, only once this year has an opponent forced Campbell to make more than 3 saves in a match.
Ohio State is on track to do that today, and I'm sure that they could.
Bruins switching towards Quincy McMahon. And now Geis feathering it in front. And that is off the end line. Pritchard was tardy getting there. UCLA will have their first corner.
Now Geis is a hard worker. We've seen it throughout the year. She makes every move. I mean, most UCLA girls and Ohio State do too, but Geis just has every movement with such intention.
Jordan Geis, true freshman out of San Jose, part of this number 2 recruiting class brought in for the Bruins this year. And now they look to put pressure on Molly Pritchard for the first time today. Val Vargas setting up for the in-swinger. And off her left foot, she'll play it outside for McMahon. McMahon fired a shot. It was blocked by Schluter. Now flicks it in with the left foot, skips through traffic, and will get off the end line for a goal kick. I think Frazier thought she was impeded a bit in there, could not get her foot on it, but a dangerous ball right in front of Pritchard.
And a flashback to Thursday's game against Penn State. Quincy McMahon's first attempt just shot by, just like we just saw. And, I mean, I'm sure she's getting flashbacks to that. Here we can see it again. If it was tilted a little bit. I'm sure it could have rolled right into that bottom left corner, but not yet. Was not the time.
UCLA was a foot away from a win on Thursday against Penn State. Had a corner kick in the final minute, and America Frias had a header that had the Penn State keeper beat, but it was cleared by a defender on the goal line right as the ball was over that end line. And so that preserved the scoreless draw for the Nittany Lions, and both teams got a point. Ohio State trying to get back on their possession game. McNamara let it run through, nobody behind her. And now UCLA looking to quickly counter. And Geis, long stride through the middle of the field. Caught up to by Bonham, and now a long-range try. Avery Robinson missed it well high. Another freshman starting here today for UCLA from the Jacksonville area. She's played a fair amount this year.
It is difficult to believe that these freshmen are, well, new. They have been playing really successfully and have merged into the lineup so well in terms of chemistry that, you know, it's hard to believe that this is their first year, their first midterm season in a week.
5 total freshmen on the field right now. Ohio State has 1 in Jaden Bonham, and 4 of them for UCLA. Now Reel's making a long run. Still on the ball here as Jones got in there and took her off of it. Give UCLA the throw in here in the final third.
Now UCLA has pushed significantly farther in their attacking half than Ohio State for more time. Well, Ohio State has had, I'd say, a few more notable offensive moments, just not as consistently. And consistency is something that could make or break this game.
Ohio State has reached 4 straight NCAA tournaments and well on their way to a 5th, but they have not reached the Sweet 16 during that time. And overall, they have finished 500 or better in 8 of the last 9 seasons. So make it 9 of 10 here late in the year. A lot of sustained success over the last decade for Lori Walker Hawk and company. But a win here today against newcomer to the Big Ten, UCLA, the preseason favorite in the conference. Well, that'd be a big accomplishment for the Buckeyes. Quick outlet from Pritchard, finding McSweeney. And it's worked on back now for Bramblett. Gasick, nice diagonal pass inside. Gianola able to turn. Ohio State flowing forward. And Gianola stays safe there. McNamara. And now Ohio State looks to establish here in the attacking half. Buckeyes staying methodical here. Really not forcing the ball forward all that much. Gianola, nice touch, got it forward for Dudukovic. Back for Gianola, through the legs of Reel, but she's backed up there by the keeper. Ryan Campbell smothers it again.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
For Evans, did miss the post wide, but he had Pritchard coming out, being aggressive and challenging the ball, and it was beyond her. Decent look there for Evans. High press here from UCLA. Looked to get it back, but Marin Valencia couldn't hold on to the ball.
Ooh.
And Greco switches across to McSweeney. Gianola with space. Nice spin around Marin Valencia. Phenomenal footwork. And here's Ohio State again trying to settle play down a little bit. You feel things pick up when UCLA's on the ball, but Ohio State, they want to control possession here as Evans is whistled for a foul.
And that is a difference that I am noting from this game to the USC game. Maybe it's because of the stadium that we're in. It's a little bit less domineering and tense, but Ohio State is having a much better game in terms of possessions.
Yeah, USC playing their home matches at Dignity Health Sports Park, the home of the LA Galaxy, down the road in Carson. So that's where Ohio State played the Trojans on Thursday. Ohio State was shut out for just the second time this season in that 1-0 loss. There was a penalty kick that led to the goal in the final 10 minutes, and Pritchard had the initial save on the PK, but the rebound was buried by USC's Simone Jackson, and that stood up over the final 7 minutes, that game winner in the 83rd. Now here's McMahon, only has Evans in front of her, looking for some help. Had Kroon on the outside, but tried to go upfield for Evans, and nothing there. Keeping track of things going on the other side of town, and USC has taken a 1-0 lead on Penn State in the first half.
The USC-Penn State game and this game will really give us a good prediction on how the game on October 27th, next Sunday, a week from today, between UCLA and USC is going to turn out. Now, that is a highly anticipated game, and keeping an eye on these stats will give us a good estimate.
So Iowa beat Oregon, so Iowa is now currently tied with USC for first with 25 points. Of course, results pending.
That makes it even more important for UCLA to win this game and get up there with them.
Free kick coming here for UCLA. A UCLA loss and a USC win would take the Bruins out of the running for a regular season title in the Big Ten. And for Ohio State fans, here is the final from Piscataway. Rutgers defeating Illinois 2-1. Rutgers, Ohio State, Penn State, all tied for fifth with 17 points at the start of the day. Top six get a bye into the quarterfinals for the conference tournament. You also have Washington 2 points back of them as well. Ball bouncing off the free kick. Pritchard can't get it. She's down, but has some help from Greco to get it cleared out of the area. Served back in by Dobert. And McNamara rifles it away. And now Greco sends it back to midfield. But Real trying to put one on and missed the right post.
At a point like this in a game, it's just kind of firing from any side. I mean, they know that this was a long play for Pritchard, and she's most likely tired, harder for her to get back. Another look here. This could have been a one-on-one replica from the USC game if somebody on UCLA in that middle position could have turned around and shot it back quick enough. I mean, we've seen Pritchard beat before when she's down, so that would have been one way to get up and build some more confidence. I mean, Pritchard's probably, you can see her taking a few breaths here, trying to get back.
Meg Bodie is on, the Northwestern transfer, coming off the bench for just the 4th time this year. Short stint for Kara Kroon. And now Katie Walker, the trainer, is out for Ohio State. And it looks like there's some blood coming out of the nose of Jaden Bonham.
I'm right there with her. I mean, there's something about this weather, this in between this October weather, that's just lips are chapped, nose are bleeding.
Yep.
Everyone's tired. I mean, taking a look at the field right now, everybody is exhausted.
So one Bonham for the other. It is Jacinda, the twin of Jaden, that will come on and replace her sister here. And we'll get back to action with 11 minutes to play in this opening half. Both teams have had their chances to this point.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Pritchard and Gasick go back and forth here. And Pritchard trying to find Jones on the wing. That's UCLA that's on it now. McMahon facing pressure into the corner. And it will be Ohio State's throw. And Jones will relieve the pressure. And there's Dudukovic, marked closely by Reel. Flag stays down. And Jones will come forward for the throw. Inside 4 minutes to play in the first half. Each team with 4 shots, but Ohio State has a 3-1 edge in shots on frame. Bramblett outside. This is Annika Poremba, came in recently. Now possession to UCLA. And another change here for the Bruins with Sophie Reel checking in. She'll replace McMahon. So that is 8 players that have come off the bench in this first half for UCLA.
Now, something I've just noticed in the first 40 minutes so far is that Dudukovic and Gianola for Ohio State move completely in sync. It's watching them. I mean, of course, they have the same hair, the same brown ponytail, but the way that they move, they're just so connected with each other. They're the backbone of this team.
Schluter doesn't force it forward. It looked like Ohio State maybe had an avenue there after they won the ball away. Marin Valencia stood up Jacinda Bonham and wins it away for the Bruins. So UCLA, they're trying to keep pace with USC and Iowa, which is on the verge of a win against Oregon. The Hawkeyes are up 3-0 in the second half. It was a 3-team race at the very top of the Big Ten here on match day 10. Reel back to goal, and it just got poked away. And turned right back over. Marcis. Bodie wants it. She's got it. A little more than a minute to play in the opening half. Real long pass forward, and some friendly fire.
Oh.
And we're going to halt play here because of the head contact. It was off the foot of Jones and caught Ava Greco up high.
That has happened to me before, unfortunately. It is just the worst. You turn around, a ball is flying at your head, and you realize it's from your teammate. It is a tough situation for sure, but hopefully she'll be all right from this one. And
trainer
taking
Katie
another
Walker out
look.
again.
And it is just, looks like it was the side of the face. Not trying to speculate, but
just had no time to protect herself there either. Ava Greco, the freshman out of Brooklyn, Ontario, just outside Toronto. She started every match this year for Lori Walker-Hawk. Also part of the player pool for the Canadian U20 national team last year. Very key player in the midfield. And now onto her feet.
just got bumped around a little bit. But on the positive side, both Ohio State and UCLA are able to get a break, get some water. You can see Ohio State on the sidelines are just refreshing, getting some water, picking things back up, and hopefully this will lead to some better playing, higher energy when everyone's refreshed. Ohio State, they haven't, as you mentioned previously, not a lot of subs. Haven't had time to take a step back from the sun, and now they have.
Well, and they'll have an extended break coming up as well. Just 68 seconds left in this first half. Sophia Lauder comes on for Greco. So it'll be a drop ball here. I think UCLA's a little frustrated because they thought they were gathering possession after Jones caught Greco up high. But the officials are going to give this drop ball directly to Ava Bramblett. And UCLA had the possession, and they're trying to build up in this final minute. They'll gather in the midfield here. If either team wants to be aggressive here right before halftime. Not much of a press from Ohio State.
Knowing that a break is coming up would be a great opportunity to just go on a burst of energy. And Lily Reel seems to be doing that.
And she caught the leg of Lauder, trying to get it all the way to the front line. Had her younger sister Sophie and Maya Evans up there. I think Ohio State will be content to dribble this out here and take a scoreless match into the halftime locker room. A well-played first 45 minutes from both sides. So still a lot to sort out here, but a lot in front of these teams and a lot of potential to bolster their resumes for the big dance. Off and running here in the second half as Lily Boyden remains out there. We have not seen Nikki Frazier since she left in the first half. Boyden and Paloma Dobert flipping at fullback for UCLA. Quincy McMahon back out there. So is Kara Kroon up top. McMahon with some pressure on McSweeney and forcing McSweeney to just dump it off the touchline for a throw.
And we've seen Dobert's time steadily increase. She's been really great for the freshman. She's been fitting in very well to this starting lineup.
Back it comes for Lily Reel. Two-time All-American center back for UCLA. Peyton Marcis receiving the pass here. She was a first half sub and continuing to start the second half. Marked by Jaden Bonham, who left in the first half with a bloody nose and has returned. Ball over the top. On after it, Kara Kroon, flicked up into the air by Bramblett. Nice play. Does result in a corner kick for UCLA, but Bramblett quick with the feet to prevent Kroon from getting towards frame.
Taking a look back here, I mean, we've seen this energy from Kara Kroon, the fact that she is just able to shoot by these two Ohio State defenders is a testament to her speed and her agility.
In-swinger from Marin Valencia, punched out by Pritchard. She got fouled in the process and slow to get up. Now play halted here.
Now Pritchard going down would be just an incredible loss for the Ohio State team here in the second half. So the hope is that she can get up and be just as great as she was in the first half, but switching to an alternate goalie right now would be the worst possible scenario.
I think some traffic in front. Jaden Perry was right in front of her for that corner. And you had Pritchard rising up, both fists punching it out.
Taking another look here. Yeah, Perry. But it doesn't look like Perry had any interference with that. Pritchard jumped right beside her and just, for a lack of better words, belly flopped onto the turf. But it looks like she's getting up now and she's going to be okay. But if she is feeling a little bit of whiplash from that, this could lead to a UCLA goal.
So good to see her onto her own feet. Yeah, I see that fall. She kind of had her legs come out a little bit, and it was her elbows right in front. I wonder if those, yeah, her hand and her elbows came down first and took the brunt of that fall.
That is just a tough fall to take, but it's good to see that she's back up. Ohio State needs that.
Former freshman team selection in the Big Ten a couple of years ago. And she has started every match for Ohio State since the start of the 2023 campaign. So she will continue after handling that corner kick from UCLA quite well. Ohio State trying to get their offense going, leading the Big Ten, more than 2 goals per game on average. They've been shut out just twice this year, but one of those 2 times was 3 days ago at USC. Only other time was on the road against a then 13th ranked Auburn team. Goals aplenty this year, led by Dudukovic and her 15, and Amanda Schluter and her 8. McSweeney able to keep it in play. Bonham. Boyden got a foot in there, and it's Louder there now. So it's Louder continuing as this one got off the touchline, a UCLA throw. It is Louder continuing in place of Greco, who had that ball hit her in the head late in the first half.
And at a time like this, we see head coach Awazasa for UCLA is perking up a little bit here. I mean, it's clear that this has become a very high-pressure game. See some reaction from coach.
At this point in the year, think you could probably argue all of them are high pressure from this point forward.
That is true.
And both these teams with who they have on the schedule to close the year and then going into tournament time, it's all tournament-like atmospheres from here on out.
Especially going from this stadium to exactly a week from now playing USC in their huge stadium as they're working on building soccer stadium. BMO is where they currently at. So that will feel like going right into the big leagues.
Marin Valencia.
My bad, playing at the Coliseum next week instead of BMO is where they took on Ohio State versus USC on Thursday.
Kara Kroon trying to turn and go, but Bramblett backing up there and just fires it into the far side bleachers.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
White jerseys for UCLA in the area. And it's Vargas behind the ball, and she blasts it right on frame, and Pritchard is there.
Now, if it was just a little bit higher, it could have possibly landed in the top left corner of the goal, but Pritchard, she's an expert, and there was no way that she was going to let UCLA get a goal here.
Vargas perhaps saying, to heck with this, taking matters into my own hands, as Real clears it away from that Ohio State front line.
And the real issue that UCLA is having is they're not getting enough time to have their usual comfort in looking over their shoulder, making a pass. Ohio State is rushing them, and that is really leading to them stumbling on the offensive side. Ohio State is there to match their every move.
Gobert knocks it away from Schluter. Just the second meeting ever between UCLA and Ohio State. The only other meeting 20 years ago in the 2004 NCAA tournament. Bruins defeated the Buckeyes 1-0 to advance to the College Cup that season. Quick restart. Real swings it outside for Boyden. Nifty move there from Boyden, but she's tracked well by Bonham, who commits a foul and is issued a card. Third yellow of the season for Jaden Bonham, booked here in the 60th.
And we get a great opportunity to see Sunshine Fontes do what she does best.
Variety of players have handled the set pieces today for UCLA. This will be Fontes' first opportunity. Danner and Schluter stationed 10 yards off the ball, helping to protect that right post. And now Fontes chips it towards the 6 and headed off the byline, touched by Ohio State. Another corner for the Bruins, their 5th.
Now the Bruins are less comfortable on offense than they are on defense, so having quite a few opportunities like this will hopefully lead to some magic being made.
Here's Vargas's outswinger, and headed out of there by Bonham. And Schluter clears it off, forces the throw. It has been UCLA on the front foot in these first 15 minutes of the second half. Neither team with anything to show in the scoring column as we enter the final third of this match. Frias evading Danner. Dobert. Marcis gets back up to it, cuts inside, and it's cleared away. Another near handball, and here comes a whistle. A penalty has been awarded to UCLA.
And we get some great reactions.
Or is it? Hold on. I think they're going to say it is just outside the box. Let's see. Frias has the ball. I thought I saw Adriana Contreras marking off 10 paces. Ohio State making their case here.
UCLA girls are already excited.
It is a penalty here for America Frias.
I'm sure Pritchard is not too excited about seeing another penalty.
And now Frias is going to defer to Jaden Perry, who is 5 for 6 in her career at the spot. A chance to break this scoreless match in the 61st. Perry just converted one a week ago on the road at Illinois.
A guessing game for Pritchard. She has to dive, but to what side?
Contreras getting everybody settled, our referee. As Perry and Pritchard wait for the go-ahead. With the left boot, she scores, and UCLA has grabbed the lead in the 61st.
Pritchard is again taken down by a penalty kick, and we can see her so solemn in the goal. As a result, we know from the USC game that this is obviously not the best opportunity for any goalie to be in, but
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Louder back for Bramblett. Evans continuing to chase the ball as Jones, long stride, able to hold it down there. And this is better from Ohio State, now getting possession into the attacking half. Poremba, the diagonal run, but Boyden got a piece of it, and UCLA is right back on it. Nothing sustained there for the Buckeyes. Stiff pass from Vargas. Boyden's got McMahon and finds her. Quincy McMahon onto the left foot. Picks out Fontes. Couldn't get it through the legs of Louder. Now it's Vargas straight away. And that one blocked. Gasek stands tall. And Jones heads it forward, looking to break out for Ohio State. Well done defensively by the Buckeyes, couple of blocks. That's a foul going against Vargas. Inside 22 minutes to play now, and Ohio State with the top offense in the Big Ten at risk of going goalless here on the West Coast. Here's Evans off the turnover. Evans, and that one caught a deflection, still made its way towards Pritchard, who has it in her mitts.
Now, Ohio State going goalless tonight would mean another shutout for Ryan Campbell. And, I mean, 12 is obviously exceptional, but what's better than 12? 13. So I'm sure that she's counting down the minutes, hoping to secure another shutout, and we all know that she definitely could.
Would be a 13th shutout in 18 matches.
That is just exceptional.
Just the 6 goals conceded all year by UCLA, and that's come from 5 teams. Kentucky, the only squad to get multiple goals on this UCLA team this year. As Bruins will make a pair of changes, Avery Robinson, Jordan Geis, pair of freshmen are on, and Ohio State will counter with a couple changes themselves. Jacinda Bonham and Malia Morrison will make her first appearance. Jones and McNamara are off for the Buckeyes. So would anticipate those 2 captains coming off for Ohio State would find themselves back on the field before this one is through, as they look to make up a goal here and try to get a point before they leave Los Angeles. Here's Robinson with Geis to Boyden. Has some space there. And Gianola is there to carry it out. McMahon screaming back on defense. Able to impede her enough, and Boyden takes it away. But Ohio State right back on it just for a second as Lauder's touch found Frias. And now turned over. Marcis couldn't hang on, and now it's to Dukovic. Perry impedes her. And this ball pinballing around here, and as Ohio State cannot get anything going forward so far in the second half. They have been held without a shot since halftime. Teams were even, 4 shots apiece at halftime. UCLA, a 6-0 advantage here in the second half.
A result almost fully, I want to say, of the goal that was made by Jaden Perry. It is hard to keep that confidence level up, and Ohio State is doing a great job of trying. It seems like they are playing almost the same as they did in the first half, but UCLA has just reached another level with that momentum from their goal.
It was a handball that set it up, and just a few minutes after UCLA thought they deserved a penalty for what looked to be a ball going off a forearm of a Buckeye defender in the penalty area as well. That initial one was not awarded. It did come the second time, and the Bruins able to capitalize. Vargas couldn't keep it. Gianola trying to push it forward into Dukovic's direction. Vargas plays it to an empty spot. Geis on after it. Geis's shot missed that top left corner. Tracked there by Bramblett, and the reason it missed so high and wide is because Bramblett did get a piece of it. So a corner kick awarded.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
It has it right along the byline. Played in front, and there's Pritchard right out of the air.
It has become increasingly clear that UCLA is just getting better opportunities than Ohio Ohio State. They are at 13 shots to Ohio State's 4.
And no shots in the second half for the Buckeyes. Foul against Robinson here, as she tripped up Morrison. And now Pritchard will come forward as the Buckeyes need to find a way to threaten the final third of the field. Some great chances in the first half, but just nothing doing in the second half. But this one, louder, and now it's taken by Gianola. Flicks it, and Schluter was not making the run. They're not making it fast enough. Now here's Louder. We're in Valencia there with Gianola. Wrestling and a foul. UCLA possession.
Now Marin Valencia, there is a reason that she's wearing those bright neon boots. I mean, that footwork, it just draws your attention to it, as well as obviously the bright neon cleats.
By the way, it's a final in Lincoln. Washington 2-0 over Nebraska. So Washington right now leapfrogging Ohio State and Penn State. The Huskies now with 18 points. So they would hold the 6th spot with the current scores. USC continues to lead Penn State 1-0. McNamara and Jones return for Ohio State. Two of their captains back on. And Meg Bodie is on for UCLA. Less than 10 minutes to go. Gianola. And unfortunately for Ohio State, just not enough sustained in this second half. There's a lot of one pass forward and done. They have not been able to possess and have UCLA on their heels at all in this second half.
And UCLA is incredible at possessing. That's what they're known for, is possessing and stealing. So when you have that combination, Ohio State is bound to suffer in those areas, which lead to opportunities getting taken away.
Both these teams playing 3 ranked games to close the regular season. UCLA, Ohio State, Penn State, and USC, all top 20 programs this week. Here's some high press from Ohio State, and McMahon can't clear it. And it's Bonham finding Gianola to the byline, crossing in front, and Campbell's got it. There's a chance there for the Buckeyes. A nervous moment for UCLA, but they're able to funnel and keep all the pressure away from the front of the goal.
Taking a look back at this, we see Ohio State for the first time in the second half getting close to the goal inside the box, but unfortunately Ryan Campbell is Ryan Campbell. And when you have a goalie this good, it's not only is your struggle getting opportunities, but maintaining the momentum within them and then getting it past the incredible goalie. So you can get past the defensive line, but if you can't get past the goalie, nothing's going to come of it.
Marin Valencia couldn't pick out Vargas there. Ohio State did put a couple threatening chances on Campbell in the first half, including one point-blank opportunity for Dudukovic really early on. And Campbell had to make a quick split-second reaction to make that stop. That was in the opening 15 minutes. that might have been the best chance that Ohio State will have all afternoon.
And usually with the Bruins, other teams have to build to their level, but we didn't see that here. Ohio State maintained the tempo and probably even set it early, and UCLA is the one that was able to keep that consistency, while we've seen Ohio State essentially burn out slightly throughout the course of this game.
UCLA trying to find that insurance goal. And Ohio State's formation being thinned out a bit as they're forced to commit going forward. With each turnover, UCLA has some space. Now here's Dudukovic, and Perry right behind her, able to hold possession. Well done there. And now it's Bonham outside for Jones. Jacinda Bonham. And Real steps in front of McNamara. See, does Real want to keep going? Looks like she does, taking on Jones. Down the left touchline, has Geis inside. Real still coming, stumbling. And they go tumbling down. Ohio State will clear it out of the area, but Vargas is there and blasts it high. And Jones is still down after she was tracking Lily Real for about half the field.
Now, this is not her first time this season going half the field on a nice breakaway, but this certainly would have been the insurance that UCLA would have needed.
Unfortunately, Katie Walker, the Ohio State trainer, asked to come out again.
Now they look at it here. Real speed is just incredible.
Watch the step Jones takes here. And yeah, oh, that left leg really got stretched out and looked like it buckled a little bit. '85th minute here, and UCLA protecting a 1-0 advantage. And now concern for Sydney Jones, the senior out of Cincinnati, one of their leaders and one of their longest tenured players. This was her 76th career start today, and a limp in her gait as she will walk off the field under her own power. Great to see. Second team all-conference selection last year, and a mainstay at fullback for the Buckeyes. Here's the top 16 we were touching on in the first half, as provided by the NCAA Women's Soccer Committee. As you see the note there, this is through games played on October 16th, so it does not factor in games that we've seen on Thursday and Sunday this weekend in the Big Ten. But Ohio State, UCLA, right on the edge of that 3-4 line. Of course, top 8, you're looking at a number 2 or number 1 national seed. If you can get to the 2 line, you not only host the opening round, but you would then be in line to host the second and third round. So both these teams are trying to do. Go on a run here through the end of the regular season and into the conference tournament and see if they can break into that top 8. Do enough to woo the committee and play some more home games in November. Here's Geis letting it go, trying to run around Gasek, but Gasek had a jump on that. Well anticipated. 5 minutes to go now. Ohio State needs an equalizer. Still without a shot since halftime. Jones, by the way, is back out there. That walk back, able to work things out with her leg and immediately re-entered from the restart. McSweeney. Perry steps in front. Boyden has space. Vargas tried to cut in on the double team, but that was well done by Schluter over there. Goal kick for Ohio State, and they want to get Lily Danner back in. And they're going to take Sydney Jones out now. Final regular season game for the Buckeyes at home against Penn State. And a noon start time 1 week from today.
This week to build up to both the Ohio State versus Penn State and UCLA versus USC games are going to be very telling. What they do, how they come back from obviously their games today, but they both, you can tell a lot from today going into next week.
Throw awarded here to Ohio State. And yeah, very challenging games here late in the year, but at the same time, just helps you, I would think, helps these teams get into that tournament mindset. And then you'll flow right into the Big Ten tournament and the NCAAs. 2.5 minutes for the Buckeyes. McMahon forces the throw. Gianola runs into McMahon. And it's a goal kick. UCLA will finish across town at USC. 3 Eastern time against the Trojans. USC still up 1-0 on Penn State. They've got 7 minutes to play in that one. So the winner of that one would claim the top seed for the Big Ten tournament, assuming Ohio State doesn't find a goal here. Now let's say USC and UCLA draw, then that opens the door for Iowa. Here's Boyden. Pushed aside by Pritchard. Corner kick coming. Boyden had time to size it up. Referee Adriana Contreras stopping the clock here as UCLA will have its 8th corner.
Taking another look here. Boyden didn't have that much space in front of her to move, so that's where she came from. But a really great offensive opportunity for UCLA.
And UCLA just going to keep it here in the corner, milk time. Vargas in there, so is Schluter, Gasick, Bodie as well, as Vargas does well to carry it along the touchline. Exactly what UCLA wanted to have happen. Able to drip away probably 15 extra seconds as a result. Mila Shaffey on the field for UCLA, by the way. Had a touch back in the midfield, and Bodie will be content to sit on it here. Final minute. And Vargas commits a foul, trying to get back on the ball. Poremba in good position. So free kick to Ohio State, and they got a boogie. 50 seconds left. Pritchard letting everybody get forward. And right to the midfield line. And it'll bounce onto the head of Frias. Shaffey a touch. Gianola trying to flick it forward. And now she's on it. Frias a body in there. Ball pinballs around, finds McNamara to Schluter, but cut off by Dobert. Jacinda Bonham gets it onto the outside for McSweeney. 20 seconds left. McSweeney, service ball over everybody. off the end line for a goal kick. Time will stop. 89:44 elapsed, but that will likely do it here in Westwood. Assuming UCLA just clears it off, but first Ryan Campbell needs a ball. It'll be Real to handle it, and she just skies it across midfield. Final 10 seconds, and Bodie sends it out of play. And that's going to do it here from Los Angeles. Jaden Perry's penalty kick goal in the 61st, able to stand up. UCLA stays unbeaten in the conference, and they keep themselves in play for a Big Ten regular season title, knocking off Ohio State 1-0 here in Westwood. An evenly played first 45 minutes, Sophie. Second half, all Bruins.